What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Rob's Arcade. I'm your host, Rob French. I know it's been a minute, but hang out. We're going to have a fun time this weekend. Sit tight, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Where the games get played and the games get saved so they can be played on another day. Rob's Arcade.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to Rob's Arcade. Like I said, I am Rob French, your host. And I know it's been a minute since I have talked to you guys, hung out, but I've got a pretty relaxing weekend ahead of me. I'm getting ready to go get my hair cut, and then I'm hitting the comic shop. One of my favorite local comic shop stories. Got a little list, gonna pick up a few things that I've been looking for, and I'm gonna take you along the way to hang out with me, see if we have any success, and you know, just enjoy the weekend. So sit tight guys, don't go anywhere. Let's see where this Saturday takes us. Alright guys, so in today's video, I am just basically getting out the house, hitting the comic shop. I don't typically do that a lot, much. I mean, I used to do this like every week at the comic shop, grab the new books, new comic book day, every Wednesday. But with my new schedule, it's just not always easy. One, to get to the comic shop during the week, and then even on the weekends, it's just like, it's really hard. Sometimes with my schedule, sometimes I just want to take it easy. And then with my schedule, not only not having time to get to the comic shop, sometimes I just don't have the time to read the books that I've collected. So as opposed to going to the shop and, you know, spending tons of money every week on books, I've been kind of holding back a little bit on some of the books that I do pick up, making sure that I'm not just out there blowing money and not reading the books that I have at home. But that lends a problem because I'm not going every week, not keeping the best track or list of the books that I'm picking up. And I'll be reading a certain series, we'll just say Batman Beyond, for instance, and I'm reading part 3, I get to part 4, I realize I'm missing it. I have 5 and 6, but I don't have 4. So today I'm going and looking for not necessarily like older books or rare titles or anything, but just books that are missing from different series that I'm reading, that I'm just missing a few, like the Transformers, Batman Beyond, some Ninja Turtle stuff. And those are the books that I'm kind of looking for, as well as making sure that I pick up where I've left off with certain titles like Spider-Man, Star Wars, Batman, and so forth. So let's see if I have any luck tracking down this handful of titles that I'm looking for today. All right guys, and welcome back. Got the fresh cut, getting ready to go head over to Stories. It's way too warm out for this vest, but I need the extra pockets. I got a lot going on today. We're looking for some specific books, and now that I got my fresh cut from Hub Salon, and guys, look, if you're looking for a place to get your hair cut, I highly recommend Hub Salon. David, who is a member where I work, he's amazing, does great. I mean, he's been cutting hair for over a decade, does a great job. Came in one day, was like, who cut your hair? And gave me his card and was like, you know, you need to come see me. And it was just like a great experience. The whole salon in general is just really amazing. They go all out. They provide their customers with like water and coffee, and it's just a really, it reminds me of like a New York style barbershop atmosphere, but with just a little bit more
you know, just a little extra care, a little extra service. You get all that fun joking around with the guys, that cool experience, but with like that 4-star, 5-star service as well. So definitely I recommend heading over to Hub Salon and checking out anybody, but David always cuts my hair and he does a fantastic job. So now let's head over to stories. We're going to be looking for some specific books. We got Batman Beyond the Neolithic #4. I'm going to be looking for Justice League, Godzilla King Kong #6. Just a few specific books in my list of things that I have missed in my recent trips to the comic shop. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 149. Some of these might be kind of hard to find, even though they're more recent titles. So we might have to make a couple of trips out to a couple of different places. But hopefully we will have some luck over at Stories Comics. So hang tight just a little bit longer as we head over there. What are you doing, my man? Wow, okay, awesome. We had a really good run. I got a nice stack of books here. We will go through all of these later. I was able to find like everything on my list except for one book, which is pretty amazing. I might make a run out tomorrow to attempt to find that. I did find there's some really cool collections. I'll show you real quick. We have a best of TMNT, or TMNT best of rather, slash. I haven't picked up one of these in quite a while. I've got a bunch of these, so I figured I would add to that. And then of course it is today, June 1st. If you're wondering what the day was, I guess I didn't really start off explaining to you what, when, and where we were in the world and the time. But yeah, today is June 1st, and as we know, that is Pride Month, and we do have DC's Pride book here, which is this cool wraparound beach cover, which I went with because it reminds me of a book that I picked up, gosh, I was probably like 13, 14 years old, and Marvel had put out a book. It wasn't a comic book, it was just a book of posters with X-Men characters, X-Force, Excalibur, all having fun in the sun, doing different things like hanging out in beaches or bathing in beautiful springs. And it was just a really cool book because it was all of your favorite comic book heroes in swimsuits, like Wolverine hanging out in his shorts, Psylocke hanging out in like a cute 2-piece. And it was just a really cool, fun way to visualize your heroes. All the time they're running around, punching and jumping and killing and whatever. And this was just cool to see them hanging out at the beach, throwing around a beach ball. So I went with this cool, like I said, beach cover just because it reminds me so much of that poster book. All right, now it's off to get some lunch, and then I will get back to you guys and see if we can't find that freaking Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong #6. I thought 6 was the last book, but apparently I was wrong because I did pick up book 7. They had everything. They had book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. They did not have 6. All right, well, all in all, not a bad haul for my weekend. I was able to pretty much find just about everything I was looking for. Only one book escaped my clutches this weekend, and I went to a couple of shops, called around a little bit, and it just seems to be out of stock everywhere. So I don't know, it's interesting. Sometimes newer titles can sometimes be a little bit harder to find because of maybe like a character or an event that goes down in the book. You know, first appearances a lot of times are very special, so you might find that, you know, all of a sudden, just throw somebody Spider-Man out there, and there's no special relevance to an issue number. It's not like an anniversary or 300 or 200 or anything crazy, but all of a sudden you find you get to the comic shop and it's completely sold out, only because there's a new character introduced, or somebody puts on a costume for the first time, somebody dies. So I don't know if that's something that happened in this particular issue or not, but I might just have to order it, or go online and see if I can't track it down. Maybe if you're watching this video and you happen to have a copy, you can hit me up in the comments section and let me know. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into what I was able to pick up. Before I get into that, though, we got a new issue of Comic Shop News here. Always a great resource for all upcoming information regarding comic book creators and characters, companies, all that kind of stuff, new storylines, and what have you. One of the storylines that I am currently reading right now is the Road to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 150. I was actually able to find 149, which I was missing from my set. The last time I ran to the comic shop, I grabbed 150. I was not aware I was missing 149, but I was able to track that down today. Beautiful cover there, really cool purple and light, like greens and grays, and then on the back we have the end of the Road to 150. Very, very awesome. It's getting a little crazy with the Ninja Turtle storylines. I wish they would get back to like just more traditional stories where there's Splinter, Shredder, the Turtles going back and forth. It's if you're a Turtles fan and that's what you're used to and you haven't really been following, it's pretty weird what's going on right now. There is no more Splinter or Shredder. It's like Shredder was a good guy for a little while. Splinter kind of defected. It's been a little, but I'm a diehard Ninja Turtle fan. One of my most favorite books, franchises, all of that. So I'm going to stay true and see where it goes. There's a really cool, I don't know if it's advertised in here, there's a really cool title coming out from the Turtles that I'm looking forward to, called Black, White, and Green. I don't see it in here, but I'm looking forward to that, as well as this here coming up, which looks like it might be a dive into more traditional kind of storytelling. We'll see what happens. Also reading the new, speaking of old franchises that just don't seem to go anywhere, Transformers is back with Image comic books. I'm really digging this title, just a lot. Really cool art, really cool stories, just some really cool situations. I love these little bags here too, with the Transformers, that, you know, just cool like action sequences and things that I'm not quite used to seeing with these guys. So really, really cool stuff. Really digging this title a lot. And was missing issue 6. I had 7. Now I've got 6, and I was able to pick up issue 8 as well. I was able to also find Batman, the Batman Beyond Neo Gothic issue 4, which I was missing. I got home, actually started rereading the title series, and realized I was missing issue 4, only to go through my comics today and find that I actually do have this. So, got an extra copy for no good reason, but oh well. And then the book I couldn't find today while I was out and about cruising around and calling around was the Justice League Godzilla King Kong crossover issue 6, which I thought was the end of the run, but I am quite wrong because I did find issue 7, Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong Monsterverse. Just very cool. We got Megazilla on the front there, Wonder Woman, Batman, King Kong, Godzilla. Just very cool covers. Very weird, like story line. Just you've got like, you know, monsters and superheroes and everything like all together. So just very cool concept, but not something I would have thought that that one they would have done, or two that I'd be like super excited about, you know. But it's just one of those things, like you just read it and it's like, well, how can I not? King Kong, Godzilla, Justice League, too cool. Like I said, I was able to pick up Transformers issue number 8. Again, I just love this very gritty, cool artwork here. Just very beautiful, very great stuff there. Very awesome, old school feeling Transformer stories. Feels like the old school Transformer stuff that I used to read from like Marvel and what have you. Really cool collection of Ninja Turtle stories with Slash. I've got a bunch of these. Cool Biggie cover. I love these. I've got a ton of these collections at home. I can't wait to dig into this one. Not a character that I'm very familiar with, but a character that I'm interested in diving into a little bit. I think the only like real knowledge I have of him is from like the animated series. We have our Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 49, very cool Disney variant. I love these variants. On our way to Amazing Spider-Man 50. Very thick book. I didn't realize this was a $10 book too. Geez, wow. Break the bank on that one. Speaking of Spider-Man, keeping on going with the Ultimate Spider-Man series. Spider-Man Ultimate number 5. I can talk right there. Star Wars 46. Very cool cover, very cool. I just love the Star Wars, anything Star Wars, video games, anything. We have Nightwing, one of my favorite characters. I love this cover, just very cool. Him with the beard and his dog, just like walking through the snow. Very Superman, if you ask me. Batman, Detective Comics. Gotta stick with my Batman, love my Batman, and Batman 147 here. And then, of course, I showed you this, the DC Pride book with the wraparound beach cover. Very cool, glossy. Another book that's breaking the bank, another $10 book right there. But, you know, I don't, like I said, go as much as I used to, which is something else I've noticed too, that before when I would go to the comic shop, sometimes I might spend like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Now when I go, it's closer to like 100 because I'm like missing so many weeks. But, you know, again, I don't want to keep buying books that, you know, I don't need if I have stacks at home that I need to get to. But I'm, you know, very excited with the books I picked up. Some stuff that I was looking for, some stuff that I didn't realize was out, you know, and I got kind of excited to see. There's Spider-Man 50, very cool stuff. Like I said, I'm digging this new Transformers title. And then to know that the King Kong Godzilla and Justice League story is still going to be continuing. I don't know how long or how many issues. I guess if I read comic shop news like I was supposed to, I would actually maybe know some of these things. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, just, you know, kicking it on my channel here. Missed hanging out with you guys, talking comic book stuff, video game stuff. I'm trying to make it more of an attempt to get back into the whole YouTube thing. Maybe even do my a little weekly Monday motivations, but trying to get more back into the habit of posting and kind of just hanging out with you guys. It's been a lot of fun just hitting the comic shop and talking comic books with you. Sometimes it's fun just to get all the stuff out of my head, where it all lives and exists, along with all the other video games and movies and all the other pop culture-y stuff that I'm really into. So it's nice just to get it out, voice, talk about it. It's so funny, like sometimes when I get home from work, or just if I'm like really tired or hungry, I just like, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. But you start talking about comic books, it doesn't matter if I'm like in, you know, the middle of like having my heart transplanted or whatever it is. I'm going to be ready to talk about comics for hours and hours and hours. So this was just a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Make sure you like this video, go ahead, comment down below, share it, subscribe, all that jazz. And remember, until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Love you guys, and I will see you soon. Rob's Arcade, Rob's Arcade, where you can play games on another Rob's Arcade. Let's need a song for comic books too. Rob's Arcade, Rob's Arcade, where the comic page is all the rage, and they get turned no matter what the age. Rob's Arcade, Rob's Arcade, comic pages all the rage, and they get turned no matter what the age. Rob's Arcade, hey, Rob's Arcade.